In my previous video about environmental details in Devil May Cry 5, I took a closer look on every easy to notice statue that you can come across in the game. We looked at the ancient, classical looking statues we runs by on the bridge, we looked at the Pegasus statue and the angel statue for Nero's mission, as well as some hidden statues in the chapel or in the Coliseum where you fight Geryon. But what if I told you we only scratching the surface here and there is some more obscure statues and mysterious environmental pieces you could have missed in the game? So in this video I compiled a couple of new little discoveries I came across recently and had fun trying to explain how they could fit into the story. For number 1 we have the crystal orb hugging demons. Even though I'm playing this game since it came out in 2019, when it comes to the crystallized orbs, I never took a closer look at them. I thought they are just red orbs sitting in some sort of black goo, waiting for me to just run up and smash them without hesitation. But at some point I got rich with orbs and I stopped this destructive behavior. So once I stopped by one of them, I just looked at it and it immediately clicked. If you only focus on the black area of the crystal, you can clearly make out the shape of a demon with a human body, squatting and hugging the orbs tightly. You can also make out details like the horns and the wings. The other ones like those hanging are a bit harder to make out, but you can still see the distorted body of a demon with a face on the side. The tall ones are also very distorted, but I highlighted the shape to help you see it. The coolest and most clearly seen ones are the big clusters. You can see a demon bending below the weight of the crystals on its back. You can not only see its wings, but also a tail. And if you take a closer look at the crystallized red orb cluster, you can not only make out the demon faces, but also the faces and limbs of hell dogs and skeleton horses. You can see their heads and legs sticking out. The crystallized green orbs also have a humanoid demon shape. You can see its legs, arms and wings, but its head appears to become a huge green crystal. They're just sitting on the ground with a sad body posture. The white crystals always look the same as the green ones, nothing is different except the color. However, the bigger version of the white and green crystals look different. Here we have a bigger white crystallized orb. If you take a closer look, you can see the same demon shape, but this time the crystals are coming out of its entire body. In contrast to the red crystals where the demon is leaning forward, this one appears to be the opposite and bending backwards, arching their back, as if the energy was leaving their body and crystallized in the process. The bigger green crystal also looks similar, with the demon kneeling on the ground and the energy leaving its body. I'm not sure what the lore explanation behind these petrified demons are, but here we have some clues. Red orbs are supposed to be demon blood, and you can see all kinds of demonic faces on them, while the green and white crystals appears to be different. It looks like they are some sort of demonic energy or the soul of the demons, and instead of having faces, they look simply square, crystal-shaped. On the sitting variety, you can see the legs and hands of the demons becoming roots and grow into the ground. I'm not sure why and how these demons got petrified like this, but let me know your thoughts. For number 2, we have a mysterious, unique statue that is kinda hidden in the water at the beginning of Mission 3. The statue depicts a woman, perhaps trying to cover or hide herself with a long cloak. Next to her legs, there is 2 tall birds can be seen. If you look closer, you can notice these birds having a similar demon horns to Griffon. Perhaps these birds are there to protect this human or suggesting some sort of cooperation between humans and demons. But what do you think of this statue? Have you ever noticed it? On mission 15 with Nero, you can choose between different paths in order to reach the end of the level. If you choose the alternative path that leads into this weird tunnel with Scudo Angelo standing guard, you arrive to a shadowy area with a breakable wall on the right. Normally, you would immediately focus on the wall and break it, but if you stop for a moment, you can notice a long, petrified shape of a dog. I suppose it's a dog that got petrified with some sort of red thing coming out of its mouth. I don't remember seeing dogs in the DMC series, except for Cerberus of course, but perhaps there is more smaller demon dogs in the underworld standing guard. Next we have something weird at the divinity statue in the same mission. If you look closer, you can notice the statue is surrounded by tentacles with golden fingers at the end. Perhaps these limbs are somehow related to the Keeper of Time. In Mission 10 with Dante, we can notice these big blue orbs along the way. However, these orbs are actually held by mysterious hooded figures. They're probably supposed to represent demons or demon worshippers, somehow related to the Qliphoth. If you look very close, you can see tiny blue butterflies around it, which is a very neat touch and adds some sorts of peaceful beauty to it. And finally, we have yet another hooded figure. At the credits scene with Dante, we got some super creepy, mysterious, gigantic black objects. I call them objects because there is no way to tell what these are exactly. What is certain that they have a human shape with dead skeleton faces. They look like humans in cocoons or in a coffin, or maybe statues of hooded figures. For me, they resemble some sort of a pod because you can kinda see a door shape on the front, as if these are some sort of a seed pods or cocoons, waiting to release a creature hiding inside. I read some people suggesting that these are the seeds of the Qliphoth since they are around the tree, scattered randomly. If you look closer to the holes on them, you can spot some tiny white objects. I think they resemble candles maybe, as if they are supposed to be lit in the dark, or perhaps they are maggots. And that's it for today. Let me know your thoughts and interpretations of these objects, or let me know if I missed something interesting. Also, this is my first time making a video like this. If you know my previous videos, you noticed that I only used text on the videos to tell the narration. The only time I talked in my videos is when I did collaborations with other YouTubers. But I always wanted to make narrated videos like this, but I've been struggling hard to record myself. I'm sorry if I sounded a bit weird, but I need to start somewhere and I need to practice talking and recording. Regardless, thank you for watching this video and see you on the next one.